Welcome back, everyone. And today we're fishing East Harbor, pre-fishing for a tournament, the Tackle Box Championship, which is the Toledo Area Kayak Anglers League Championship. I'm fishing with my buddy Dan. His local spot hasn't been producing real well, and I asked him if he wanted to come with me and just fish with me today, and he said, yeah, that'd be great. So as you can see from the opening part of the video, the whole harbor is weeds. I mean, it is just a mat of vegetation. I've never seen it so bad. But the cool thing was, while I was waiting for Dan to show up, I made a cast. My first cast, I got a bite. And I'm going, wow, that's pretty cool. A couple casts later, I finally hook a bass on a chatterbait. A few casts later, I catch another bass, and at that moment, Dan was showing up. So I held it up, let him see it. He finally got in the water, and we decided to move, try to find some open area or some open water where it wasn't quite as weedy. And so we wound up where you see us now. We found kind of a channel. The water was clean. Um, it just looked really good, and there was a deeper channel with weeds on both sides of it. So we proceeded to fish that area for a long time. I threw a plastic worm. I threw chatterbaits. If you look close to shore, you can see it's all matted vegetation. I went close to shore and punched for a while. I might even threw a frog. I can't even remember now. We fished for probably 3 hours at least without a bite. And then finally Dan hooked one, I think on a swim jig or a swim bait. So I decided, well, I'm going to try a different spot. So I start heading out to another channel. And you can see the weeds are so thick, I can barely get through them at this point. I think at one point I finally pulled my drive up because I just can't even get through it. And being that it's a pre-fish day, I am like kind of freaking out at this point. I'm going, I have no idea what to do. I mean, nothing I've done so far really produced other than that first thing in the morning I caught a couple fish on a chatterbait. So I finally get through some of that thick vegetation, and I get where I can at least move along a little easier. Thinking in my head the whole time, man, I don't want to have to deal with this all day. I'm hoping, and I really thought about going to West Harbor and practicing there too, because we can fish East or West Harbor. You can even see off in the distance, it's just mat vegetation everywhere. And now I do have a couple favorite spots, and they're not even close to where we're at right now. I thought, like another day, I'm going to pre-fish one of those other spots. I have a couple really good areas that I really like. So I just figured I'd save those for the next day I pre-fish, if I get a chance to. So at this point, I fished this channel for another hour, maybe, I don't know, half hour. And I finally say, you know what, I'm done with this. So I kind of paddle back over by where Dan is. And actually when I paddled back the second time, that's when Dan actually hooked a fish. I seen him fighting the fish, and so that's when he told me he caught it on a swim bait or a swim jig. And I had one swim jig with me, but at this point I just figured, well, I'll save that. So I had moved, and I finally caught a fish, and I catch it on a spinnerbait. I never tried a spinnerbait over there. I'm more of a chatterbait guy now, but I'm thinking, what will work here? I'm struggling. Everything I've tried, nothing's working. I didn't try crankbaits. I did try a walking bait and frogs. Nothing. So I pulled out I had a couple spinner baits with me, pulled it out, I caught a fish right off the bat on a spinner bait. So a few casts later, I catch another one on a spinner bait. So now I'm thinking, okay, good. Well, if the day turns out the same for the tournament where I'm struggling, I'm gonna be definitely pulling out that spinner bait. So even in these boat slips where I'm at now, there's weeds everywhere. Not quite as bad as where we were at earlier though, and I found it to be pretty much fishable. Seemed like if you could, so when I would make a cast that was really close to the pylons, that's where the fish would be. I didn't catch any too much out in the open. Had to be close to one of the pylons, but I would definitely catch a fish then. And you can see Dan off in the distance there, right in front. Out by the island. It's weird because the island has a channel kind of on both sides that boats use.
Yeah.
It's so bad that the one side of the island is completely choked with lily pads and weeds, so you can't even get through there. So needless to say, the spinnerbait saved the day for me. I caught quite a few fish. I wound up catching one decent one, like probably in the 17-inch range, maybe 17 and a half. So I wind up fishing all along these docks and casting into the open slips and casting at the end of all the docks. And I wind up catching, I don't know how many fish that day, but quite a few. I think I wound up with like eight or nine fish that day. So at least I have kind of a plan. Not the plan that I was hoping to have, but if all else fails, I will definitely be fishing the spinnerbait, and so we'll see how it goes. The next video I'll have will be pre-fish day number 2. I'll be in a different area, doing a little bit different technique that I'm using here. So be sure to stay tuned for that. That will be out shortly. And otherwise, thanks for watching, and have a great day now. long this dude is. See how long this guy is. 17 and 3/4, no, 17 and a half. 17 and a half. It's a good one, I'll take it. Ooh, that's a good one. Now the bait just fell out. There we go. Hope you can see that one. Hello?
Hello, I want to make sure you're still afloat.
Yeah, I'm still afloat.
You sound tired.
I am. Well, I caught a couple right off the bat. I'm thinking, okay, it's going to be a good day. I whacked it. 2 of them right off the bat. Missed a couple of them. And then nothing for the next 4 hours. And then I finally put on a spinnerbait and I caught 5 or 6 of them. So now I'm changing my chatterbait to white instead of green pumpkin, seeing if that works.
Right.
So yeah, but everything's okay.
No,
I'll talk to you a little later.
well, I'm going to go to jail because I got one hit tonight.
Okay.
Alright?
Alright, I'll talk to you later.
Alright, love you.
Love you, buddy. Worms always work. Finally got a good one. I finally got a good one, a little under 18 inches. It's good. I might have been able to squeeze that out of him. At least I got some woody finally. You paddling around, that's about it. Because I didn't even turn it on at the beginning for the fish that I caught early. Just see if they can get it out of the lake. They'd be everywhere, because they normally are. There's so many reeds. I'm not kidding. little guy, but take him. Not gonna complain.